Hi, welcome back to the Truth Doctor Show. My name is Dr. Courtney Tracy. I'm known as the Truth Doctor. And on this show, I talk about the world through a mental health lens, using pop culture and the media as my medium. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. And if it's your first time, please make sure to hit that like button. If you end up liking this video, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Today, I'm reacting to episode 4 from season 2 of Euphoria. Before we get into this week's reaction, I have a couple things to clear up from the last react video that I did. The first thing is that I know that Nate did not sleep with Jules. However, last week, I said that in my react video. I remember that they had a sexting relationship. They met up at the park. They had that conversation towards the end of season 1. And the reason why I got confused was because I haven't gone back and watched season 1 again in order to fully inform me for these season 2 react videos. I don't have react videos to season 1. And the reason why I'm holding back on just going and watching season 1 on my own to be caught up and not make mistakes like that again in the future is because I may want to actually go back and react to season 1 for you all. And it just takes a lot more time and energy to do that. So I'm holding off and trying to do the best I can without going back. Second thing is, I do remember the conversation that went on between Jules and Ali when they were sitting in the diner in that special episode. I did see both of the special episodes as well. However, I'm not going back to watch those either because I may want to react to those for you all in the future also. I know that he shared those personal details of his life with her. And when I said in the last episode that he was pulling away because she was going down a path that he knows that he couldn't go down, what I was referencing was the fact that she's so under the influence. He now can see that she's so under the influence that she would turn into somebody that she isn't really and use personal information that he provided her during that conversation in the diner and then use it against him. He could see that she wasn't the Rue that he knew. And so he backed away because he knew that she may have been so far down a path that he can't actually pull her out of anymore. And he was probably also protecting himself. Now that we cleared that up, I'm going to do the best I can to pause for a moment before I say something that might not necessarily be right because I haven't caught up with season 1 yet. Let's get started on episode 4. I hope that it goes well. Reminder of a disclaimer, the following episode contains violence, nudity, and sexual content that may be disturbing to viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. They're just like remaking all these movie scenes.
The only problem is I took so many narcos.
Yes, I knew she was just under the influence.
Is there anything you want me to do differently?
Sometimes the substances that we take numb what we want it to numb, and sometimes it numbs more than we want it to numb. We want it to numb the pain, but it can also numb the pleasure.
Amazing.
Oh, is she catching on? Come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Episode just started. So this is pretty messed up on Elliot's part for sure. He's just keeping all of these secrets. He's allowing like the relationship boundaries to be blurred. But at the same time, he's just being used as a tool to mask both of the issues that both Rue and Jules are having. Rue wants to be able to have a friendship/relationship where she can use substances and numb her loss. Jules is looking for connection and somebody that can actually see her, feel her, touch her, connect with her in ways that Rue can't because of just how under the influence she is. I wonder how Jules is feeling about the fact that earlier, one of the first things that she said to Elliot was that she's not into guys anymore and that she's just into Rue. And so she's probably having these just mixed feelings overall about who she is in a relationship, who she is and what she's looking for sexually, and whether or not her needs can be met at this time.
I feel like you ruined me forever.
Why does it sound romantic when you say it like that?
There's that trauma bond again. Why do I feel like you ruined me forever? Why do you sound romantic when you say that?
She's not good for you, you're not good for her, and I will do everything I can to prevent it.
Maddy, that's literally fucking insane.
Maddy, Cassie,
See? This is
I
what I'm talking about.
Maddy, because we're talking about how fucking crazy Maddy is, but you can't
calling
see the fucking
her
comprehend.
Maddy.
You don't.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's saying that to himself. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay.
People often think that when you say the wrong name, like when we just heard that Nate said Maddy instead of Cassie when he was talking to Cassie, and Nate says it's because we're talking about Maddy. A lot of the time people think that it's this thing called a Freudian slip, like, oh, this is who you really love, or this is who you're really thinking about. And I think that's how they are implying it here, where he's thinking about Maddy, or he wants to be with Maddy, so he calls Cassie Maddy. But just for you all to know, sometimes you can just say the wrong word, and it doesn't have to be some psychological or pathological or subconscious reason why you said it. And so his defense is, we were talking about Maddy, and she's thinking, oh no, it's because you're in love with Maddy and you want to be with Maddy. Obviously, this is a TV show, so we don't know for sure which one it was. We'll see how the storyline plays out. But just so you know, either one of those situations could actually be the truth.
I love you.
Oh, you're going to try to say I love you? Oh my God.
Fine, I'll stop caring.
Lexi's really catching on.
You're making me feel like I'm going crazy.
She's so observant.
Like I'm
And she had to be.
actually fucking crazy.
Nathaniel. The winner of all winners.
One thing I find really interesting in this show is that they continue to show the parents drinking alcohol. And I feel like a lot of parents watching Euphoria would think, oh, my children would never be engaged in this type of environment or this type of behavior. And the things that our parents do significantly impact, alter, and influence what it is that we end up doing as teenagers. So it makes sense that all of these teenagers in this show are using substances and drinking and partying because, one, the parents are allowing it, and two, the parents are engaging in it too. Like the fact that Cal literally got his head bashed in from a drug dealer while trying to figure out where the tape was of him sleeping with somebody underage, and then just being like, hey, and like partying with like alcohol as though nothing is wrong, fully informs us that it makes sense why Nate does the things that he does. This seems like it's normal for him.
But I take full responsibility.
How hard for Nate to like just see his dad like that. Like, oh,
I think I'm gonna go
man.
for a drive.
I think I'm going to go for a drive while I've been drinking.
Wear a seatbelt.
Okay, Dad.
That was such a clear sign of parentification when it's just the kid has to remind the dad to wear a seatbelt when he goes out drunk driving. That's really rough. Parentification is when we are a child, yet we are forced into the role of parent in order to take care of ourselves, but also at times to take care of our parents. And now he's not going to do the drugs? I wonder if he's not going to do them because he's forming a relationship with Jules, who doesn't like them, which is very interesting because that's all Jules wants from Rue. What a good song.
I fucking love it.
Oh no, am I the mom? I'm a little bit of the mom. Now, all of these people driving while under the influence. Please do not drive under the influence. It is so dangerous.
I can't fucking stand Ethan.
I was wondering.
I don't know, he's sweet and something good finally happens and I'm a million times more miserable.
Well, there's a difference between what you think you should want and what you actually want.
How do I know what I want?
I love that Maddy says that there's a difference between what you think you should want and what you actually want. Check out the video that I'm putting on the screen about why you may jump to conclusions and why you may say that you should do this or should do that. They are things called cognitive distortions. And if you find yourself having those types of thoughts that you should do this or should be that, then this video could really help. I'm so glad that Kat was able to be honest and confide in one of her friends about what's really going on. That's a huge step forward. Oh my God, they're all in the cars together. Are they gonna crash into each other? Right in front of Cassie. You know, something that's really sad for Maddy right now is that Maddy is thinking that Nate is getting back together with her because perhaps they're going to work it out and she's going to get the chance to show him how she can really love him, especially because he didn't answer when she asked, "Did you feel loved by me?" And he said, "I don't know." But what's really going on is really one of two things or both. Either Nate is just doing this because now he's in this strange war with Cassie over who are we going to keep this secret or not? And also he could just be doing this to try to get the tape back that he knows that Maddy has. Either way, when people are misled, mistreated, or misdirected, misguided in terms of when a relationship is going to potentially reconcile, it's really sad. I feel like Maddy's going to get really, really hurt. And what's super hurtful also is that Nate says earlier on that Maddy is not actually cruel. And so if Maddy's not actually cruel, according to Nate, then why is he doing such cruel things? And it's likely because he had a cruel environment growing up, and now everybody's pain is just hurting everybody.
Drop me off,
Why?
please. Because I can't fucking stand you.
What?
Yeah, I don't want to argue about this shit. I don't want to fight. I'm sick of fucking fighting. I just would rather be home.
When Rue says, "I can't effing stand you," she's not actually implying that she can't stand Jules. We saw in the beginning of the episode that she's wildly in love with Jules. What she can't stand is the constant statement that she should not be numbing her loss. What she can't stand is that she can't do the thing that she wants to do that makes her feel the best, because Jules doesn't want her to. And one other thing I want to say is when somebody is trying to, not that Rue is trying to, but when somebody is trying to recover from substances and not use, they need to be in an environment where the people around them are also not using. So that's probably something that Jules just isn't aware of. But if Rue was actually trying to not drink or do anything other than smoke weed, then Jules drinking around her could be a huge trigger and could be an external reason why Rue may also be drinking. So that's just something for you all to pay attention to, is if you're ever around someone that is attempting to recover or that has recovered, it's always good to check in with them and ask, is it okay if I drink around you, if I smoke weed around you, if I whatever it is around you? And if it's not, like, what are the steps that we can take? How can I make you more comfortable? If you care, if you're open to allowing that person to have an influence on how you live your life because you care about them. So something to think about. Oh, she's so drunk and messy. What is she gonna do? Lexi to the rescue.
What are you doing, Cassie?
Waiting for the hot tub to get hot.
But she pushed her away again. You know, Lexi still cares so much, even after being treated like so poorly by the people around her. And that's really a testament to her ability to care and love. Okay, please let Derek be there. What if Derek is there?
You got a heart of stone you can never feel.
Oh. One thing I'm loving about this is that Cassie, they're showing Cassie and Cal at the same time. And part of Cassie's pain that she's currently numbing is from Nate, and some of Nate's pain is from Cal. So in a way, Cal's pain has in turn hurt Cassie. This is really intense that Cal is doing this right now in public. He's only been public about the acceptance of this part of himself one time 25 years ago. Oh, I just got emotional with them showing Derek.
Please, when I go to college, move with me, marry me, have my babies.
Oh, oh my God.
Do this to me, man!
You're never coming back here again. That's a really intense statement for Cal to hear. He doesn't just take it as not going to the bar. He takes it as not being able to go back to his past. Right. I have good memories here, man. Poor Rue. I bet you she is so tired from trying to run from this pain for so long.
I'm sorry I let you down.
Why?
Because I'm not a good person.
Multiple times now, we have seen characters in this show say that they are not a good person. We can see that Cal engages in behaviors that make him not a good person. Nate, Maddy, Cassie said it. Rue has said it. Jules turned off her phone because she was going to hook up with Elliot. Elliot felt like a bad person, I'm assuming, because he wanted to tell the truth about lying and Rue not being sober. There are so many people walking around the world today that think that someone else is not a good person or that they are not a good person as a direct result of numbing emotional pain, of not understanding how the things that we choose to ignore or deny or avoid that have to do with our mental health and the emotions that we can experience as human beings, not addressing those things causes us to mask. It causes us to hide. It causes us to lie and to cheat and to steal and to numb out. And when we numb out, whether it's with drugs or whether it's with alcohol, we're not only numbing the pain, we're also numbing the parts of ourselves that would make different choices, that would apologize, that would say kind things, that would not drive under the influence, that would not hook up with your best friend's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. I want you to keep in mind, and that's part of why I can have so much compassion and empathy for every character in this show, regardless of what it is that they're doing, is within is a good person. I truly believe that within each of us is a good person. And it's through what we experience in our life that causes us to then enact behaviors that we wouldn't otherwise enact if we weren't in so much pain, if we weren't trying to put on a persona, if we weren't trying to hide the pain that we have. And in turn, that we end up just causing pain to other people, and the pain just gets passed down by people. And it's very important that we address what's going on for us when we are experiencing emotional pain, because it can get us to a place where we don't think we're a good person anymore, when in actuality, the only thing that isn't good is that you've been numbing the pain for so long.
Sexist, chaser, pig, fucking creep, and I love it. Living a double life, not my biggest regret.
Oh, no.
You are. But let's be honest, we all live double lives. Don't give me that look, Marcia.
Oh.
You got that shoebox full of love letters that camp counselor used to write you. You saved them. I'm so sorry I fucked you up with my double life.
Don't laugh after saying that. Oh, this is so psychologically traumatizing. Wow.
Okay. But the reason I have a problem is this family. That's why. I'm not allowed to form an emotional connection. And I'm an emotional guy.
Yeah,
You
wow.
fuckers backed me into a corner.
No, you made a choice, Cal.
I think you set me free.
No, you're just making another choice. The rain has arrived. Oh, I like have chills.
Since before we ever existed.
I feel so emotional after watching this episode. And it feels like, I think there's only 8 or 9 episodes of this season. So we're probably at a turning point right here. And it feels like secrets and masking emotionally have also been a major theme of this season. I think with Cal's big explosion and honesty of who he really is while he was significantly under the influence is the door opening. It's the door opening to a lot of things surfacing by the time this season is over. The secrets coming out, the reality of who people are and what they're doing coming out. Jules is probably soon going to find out that Rue has been using substances from Rue's mouth herself once they confront each other. We have Maddy, who's going to find out that Cassie has been hooking up with Nate. I wonder if more is going to be surfaced from Cal, who was with Jules. And it's also, the storyline is just now coming into play where something's going to be going on with Fez and the fact that that Ashtray killed Mouse. So there's a lot that's going to surface, and so much of it just has to do with finding ourselves in this lifestyle of using substances, of using different emotions to avoid the ones that we want to not feel. And also, I think it's this very interesting juxtaposition between the feeling of love and the feeling of loss. We see that Rue loves so deeply, but she in turn would rather avoid the loss. And with Cassie, it seems like she has experienced such a loss with her dad, with the baby, with her relationship, and now with the things that Nate is doing. But instead, she still wants to focus on love. She still wants to go towards love and try to build that relationship with Nate. Emotions are so incredibly confusing. And although they are confusing and although they are painful, when we avoid them or ignore them or deny them, it honestly makes them more painful and more difficult to deal with in the long run. We will continue to see how this season plays out. And I feel like there'll be a lot more to psychologically digest in the next episode. It truly feels like this was more of a turning point episode. So I'm excited to see what comes next. As always, I am glad that you exist.